Somebody needs to pay for all my children. Somebody needs to be held accountable, and they need to pay.
Hey everybody, we got some goodness, some more goodness from the great people at the Thin Privilege website. This is Thin Privilege in Mass Transit. You know this is going to be good. How could there be thin privilege in the said mass transit? Well, we're going to find out together.
Thin and able-bodied privilege is sitting down on mass transit like buses and the subway without issue when there is a seat available.
Uh-oh, what's going to happen here? Is she too gassy? Is she too gassy for mass transit, guys? I'm guessing on gassy, but I could be wrong.
Thin privilege is other people generally respecting when there isn't enough space to sit down beside you.
Lady, you're probably taking 3 seats. You're the problem. If you take 3 seats, you should probably stand.
Thin privilege isn't having someone jam their entire bodies down forcefully because there is part of one of those pre-molded seats next to you, even though you take up more than the narrow width of your seat.
See, you're the problem. You're spilling over into another seat. And Pedro, he worked all day, and he wants a seat. And you're taking his seat with your meat flabs. You're the problem. Your meat flabs and flaps, they're taking his seat. You're the thief, lady. Not him, you.
An average 17.5 inches.
This fat slob went and measured the fucking seats.
For a subway seat, about the size of an economy plane seat, and a bit smaller than many economy plane seats now.
We got the seat detective here on the case.
Well, as you see, the seat was...
Shut up! Shut up and go eat something.
Thin privilege isn't getting looks of disgust when you dare to sit down, even if there is room for you to sit, as if you, a fat person, are committing a social faux pas by sitting whilst having a larger than average body. And gas. And lots of gas. Sometimes I get gassy in mass transit now, and sometimes I like to eat food, and people don't like the smell waffling throughout the subway now. Sometimes I'll just crack open a bag of Doritos and just start crunching, and people have the nerve to give me dirty looks.
I'd imagine everyone's miserable. Miserable on mass transit. That's got to be a real treat every day.
Thin privilege isn't getting singled out as the problem when the train is too packed for everyone to sit or even stand comfortably. Thin privilege isn't getting disgusted or annoyed looks by merely existing in the same public transit space as others whilst fat.
Who says whilst this much? I'm noticing a lot of these turds love the word whilst. 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 They just run around the house going, whilst, whilst, whilst.
Thin privilege is not having to teeter on the edge of an aisle seat.
How fat is this fucking bitch? She's just pouring out into the aisle?
Almost falling off on
every sharp turn. This bag of shit is dangerous. She should not be allowed on the bus or subway or whatever the hell she's talking about.
Your aisle leg going numb from holding most of your weight.
So I'm guessing what, a good 550? I mean, that's pretty fat.
And your back hurting from tensing your entire core to keep from falling off.
Oh man, fat bitches and tiny seats. Now that would be a fun website.
Because you want the person in the window seat not to be too crowded. And at the end of all that, having the person in the window seat still act disgusted and annoyed by you.
Well, you probably smell bad too, I'm guessing. If you're that fat where you're spilling out into the aisle and a safety risk to everyone around you and gas on top of that, I'd imagine a lot of people would be annoyed and not want to sit next to you and not want to be your friend. Especially when you're just snacking down on a cheese block.
Well, I'm allowed to snack on a cheese block. They don't smell so bad.
All right. We had our fun. I got to get going. I'll see you later, everybody.